Tekrar hoş geldiniz. Bu sene yabancı konuklarımız var demiştim. Bu da ilk yabancı konuklu oturumumuz. Biz bir süredir, birkaç senedir aslında Sezgin'le bir oturum yapma üzerine konuşuyoruz. Bu seneye kısmet oldu. İtalya'dan Park Associati kurucusu, Londra St. Martin Sanat Okulu ve Politecnico di Milano'da ders veren mimar Michele Rossi, Tsukuba Üniversitesi, Tama Art University ve University of Tokyo ile Politecnico di Milano'da ders veren Setsu Ito kurucuları, Japon tasarımcılar Setsu ve Shinobu ITO ile Domus Akademi'de ders veren Aksu'nun kurucusu ve tasarımcısı Sezgin Aksu'nun yolları hepsinin üretimlerini yaptıkları Milano'da kesişiyor. Doğu ile Batı'nın farklı kültürlerinden gelen bu tasarımcıları sahnede buluşturduğu için Sezgin'e ve oturum destekçimiz Addo'ya çok teşekkür ediyorum. Şimdi sahnemize East meets West at Space oturumu için konuklarımızı davet etmek istiyorum. Michele, Setsu, Shinobu ve Sezgin. Stage is yours.
Başlayabiliriz değil mi? Ya bu sefer Türkçe konuşmayacağız. İngilizce yapıyoruz çünkü arkadaşlarımız şeyden geldiği için diye değişik ülkelerden olduğu için İngilizce yapıyoruz. So first of all, thank you a lot for the invitation to the space organization and especially to Addo who make it as well possible to invite Michele Rossi and Setsu and Shinobu to this beautiful organization. First of all, I would like to start with a small presentation of our last project we designed for one of the sponsors, Addo Office Furniture, and then we'll talk about our friends. It was like we started like 5 years ago. The idea was always to design a new executive desk, but not with materials we know, like wooden veneer, glass, or whatever. So we tried to add a new material like the carbon fiber, because it was actually very complicated, but its end result is usually very, very nice. So that was, let's say, the first sketches, and then we made our. You can see as well the table over there on the right side. So it's actually the first piece. So it's a prototype, but the result is very, very good for the first piece. So after that, we will surely work on details and make things work better. So few things are already very, very good. The stability, they're just little details we need to arrange, but all over it's already an interesting product. So usually carbon fiber you don't use for, not really for office tables or executive desks, but you use it actually in the automobile industry for certain parts of sports cars, because the material itself is very rigid and very, very light, so it's very interesting for us as well to do something new out of it. So the details were very important, and so it's made of actually of different pieces to make them match together very well. It was actually a little bit of pain, but at the end we managed to make it as well work. So that's actually the table yesterday. So in the future, maybe we will do as well. So the structure actually will be always the same, but we might use different materials such as glass, probably a chromed version, obviously as well wooden veneer. So that's actually the new product we designed for Addo. And now we just keep going on doing our real presentation. Well, as some of you knows, I was born in Turkey, but actually never lived in Turkey. I grew up in Germany, and I studied there. Then I went to to France to study a little bit there, because the let's say the studying in Germany is a lot different than studying in Paris, and again it's different to studying in Milan. So what I wanted to do is learning the design, the German design, how it is, and then in Paris is actually the design is always a little bit over-designed, and so to match these things together, it's the best thing is if you finish in Milan. Actually, it's where everything closes actually the tab. So our theme today, we have friends from Far East, from Japan, and a friend from Italy, and I'm actually in the middle. So because we are actually in the let's say it's the center. Michele is coming from let's say from the European side, and our friends from Japan from the other side. So it's very interesting because our Japanese friends, Setsu and Shinobu, they are actually they came the first time 35 years ago to Milan, and they got stuck there as well. So, and well, Michele is a real original Milanese. So it's actually not very easy to find a real Milanese in Milan. So because people are coming from all over the world, especially all over from Italy, right? So it's actually now it's very, very interesting to understand Shinobu and Setsu, 35 years in Milan, to see what actually if their work is still under influences of the Japanese traditional let's say behavior or not, and so we will hear from them directly what their works and how things go. Yeah. So please.
35 years is only me, and she's more young. Anyway, yeah, yeah. So long time after graduating university in Japan, I moved to Milan because the influence of my father. He's a sculpture artist, and he studied in Japan and Italy, and he said, if you want to go to abroad, go to Italy. So, oh, okay. So this was my destination. But anyway, how about you?
Oh, but the question is, where did you meet? Did you meet in Milan or in Japan?
Yeah. We meet in Milan.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's much easier. Because so many Japanese girls in Japan, so yeah. It's difficult to meet one. Yeah.
So?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, sorry.
So, I was working for Sony Tokyo in Japan as a designer about 10 years. And in Japan, still now, science technology is more priority over design. So I want more to know the design world, society, so I come to Milan.
Mm. But now, since you're working for so many years in Italy, but you as well are actually working in Japan, so you're actually going like, I don't know how many times a year. So you have Japanese clients and you have Italian clients. So the work you're doing for Italian clients, is there any Japanese influences or?
Yeah, always. Let's say always to be a foreigner is better.
Yeah.
You know.
Foreigner in Italy or where?
Yeah. So for Italian client, we are like a Japanese designer architect, no? And for Japanese, we do. We are Italian, so we speak a little bit Japanese, but not so much, no. Anyway, yeah, this mixed culture is very, very important for us, and let's say to speak about East meet West here in Istanbul is very, very significant and important for us also.
Yes.
No, because it's for myself it's very difficult actually, because as I said before, yeah, I was born in Turkey, but because I can't actually speak about when I design something, I can't say, oh yeah, there's some kind of Turkish influence in my work. So it's actually more, you know, I grew up with German tradition, French design, and I had experience as well in the States. So there's a lot of mix of everything. So it's very complicated to say I do that because whatever. But I mean, you guys, you're coming from Japan, so but anyway, in detail. So you have your background influences your work in Italy as well, or not? So
yeah, very much. Yeah, as Shinobu said, for her, also for me, coming to Italy. No, I was so. I was young, of course, and after finishing university, I said I don't want to work in Japan because I want to see another world.
Yeah.
And I was so yeah, the Italian design in magazines. Wow, this is like happened in another planet, no?
Yeah.
Something like that. So the Ettore Sottsa's, Alessandro Mendini, Angelo Mangiarotti, these three masters, I was so lucky to follow them, and you know, we could frequent as a master and friends, no, and so I learned my position, what I should do in the future as a Japanese designer, as a Japanese identity with Italian method of design. You know, this was my starting point to start open my studio in Milan 30 years ago.
No, this is actually a very important detail because designers or architects coming from abroad, from somewhere else, we have always some kind of, you know, as you said, Mangiarotti, Mendini, Sottsa's, you know, from outside they're really big names, and it's sometimes you think, oh, it's impossible to work with those people. So our goal is actually to go to Italy and work with these people. So it's actually for me the same thing, because my decision was totally to go to Milan to work there, to work with Michele De Lucchi, and because I met as well Ettore Sottsa's and Michele De Lucchi in a conference when I was studying something else, not design. And then I changed actually and studied design to say, oh, I'm going to work with this guy one day. So it's the only designer architect that I work with, Michele De Lucchi, so I understand it very well. Yeah. So maybe sometimes Italians, maybe they don't understand that very much, that we have this desire.
Well, I have a much more boring story. So I was born in Italy. But you know, you travel.
Yeah.
But except for a couple of years in London, I just study and work in Milan. And yes, you're right. I think my, let's say, cultural background of living in Milan and being part of a design community is stronger now than before. You know, it takes time. And it takes a distance. So when I was in London, I was probably more able to understand the difference and the quality of that place. You know, you always need to be a little bit far away to understand better the scale and the size of the place where you live. So yes, I think it's, you know.
So there was the desire to come back to Milan after London?
Yeah. I do have a hate and love relationship with London, so I still now, I love it, but not so long time, so I need always to. And I think it was partially because of the way the architectural world is conceived. It's very different from, from Milan. I learned a lot, but in some way I was much more fascinated about, you know, the way designers and architects are more mixed together. So England is a place where you are an architect, and if you do office building, you're going to do office building for your life, and if you do residential, you go residential. You can imagine that it's not even possible to think about being an architect, an interior designer, a designer, an urban designer. I mean, it's it's just not very part of their mind. And I thought that richness of being able to work on different scales of a project was always fascinating for me.
That's beautiful. I think I just hand over this piece to Setsu so he can a little bit explain his works and
yeah, I go quick, otherwise it's so much. Okay, so this is just like a panorama of our work. Yeah, here you can see Angelo Mangiarotti and Alessandro Mendini. They are my master and also for her. And yeah, Mangiarotti is like how to say testimonial of the matrimonio.
Il matrimonio,
Witness of,
wedding
of your marriage.
Yeah, yeah. So we are like family, no? So Shinobu, as he mentioned, came from Sony in Japan. She was designing like you can see here my first Sony. This is for children, no? My first experience of Sony. It was very nice period of Sony. I don't say now it's not good, but yeah. And for me, I start to work in Italy from these masters studios, and I opened my studio 1995. And starting, like you see, yeah, and yeah, I go to explain later. And we collaborate also with some institute, like University of Tokyo, most important university in Japan, and the University of Tsukuba, Tama Sanat University, and Politecnico di Milano, so long time. And yeah, this is like, let's say, Western way to say material value. No? That Western culture is more materialistic. You know that the Western people. Oh, okay, this is a nice object. This is a nice table. The objects is important, no. But for us in Eastern, yeah, Japanese, more spiritual value is important, not so much physical. But anyway, this is physical. So let's say that the East culture, we have starting from the one dimension to 2 dimension, like a paper, no? And we bend to make like origami. It's become a three-dimensional. Instead, the Western culture is from the beginning 3-dimensional, like a stone. And you cut, slice, and 2-dimensional, and crash to take a mosaic, no? Like contrary the perspection. So this is an interesting point I found. And this is our book written by one of the important philosophy, Virginia Briatore. And yeah, inside this book, we put 5 philosophy coming from mixed culture in between Japan and Italy. And this 5 philosophy is like 5 fingers, because we make our job in 5 fingers. We make things, no? So the one of the finger is a sensescape. It's like why Japanese people goes without shoes in the house. Why Japanese people sitting on the floor directly without chair? Because we want to feel ground, no? We want to feel material. We want to feel ground. Sometimes we feel also big earthquake, but this is nature. Yeah. And yeah, this sense we make it. For example, this is a very big work. Big means 3 meters height. We make 4 types of the marbles from Carrara, same mountain. They take 4 types of marble, 4 colors different. No, we make this columns, pillars, and we put water This is something like a Japanese Zen garden, but new way. No?
Yeah.
This is a very Western way. I know, because this is something like in Japan, the garden is very vacant, no? Just rocks here, but all vacant here. But this is all materials, no? This is a very Western way, but our way to think about new way of Japanese culture. I don't know. And yeah, you can walk on here with these pedals like this, yeah, with stone. And yeah, this is another work with stone. We work so much with stone. In fact, with this work, we won. We get Maestra dell'arte della pietra. So the
Maestro della pietra.
Yeah, the master of the stone artist. This title in Italy they have since 700 years.
Ooh.
700 years. So we won this 2090s. So it was 700th anniversary of this prize. Yeah, just to say, yeah. So we are Japanese, but we are working a lot for the stones. Like this is a module of the spa with limestone from Verona, Vicenza, sorry, from Vicenza. The Andrea Palladio, one of the biggest architects in our history, he loved this stone. So the same mountain, they have a cave, and we use this stone to make a module of the spa space. And yeah, this is Aldo Coppola, one of the most famous fashion stylists. We make this their school academia of Coppola with wood. Yeah, this is all very materialistic. Even paper. This is a chair with cardboard. Cardboard. Sorry, my English. Yeah, cardboard. Yeah, this is in the three most important palaces in Venice: Palazzo Ducale, Carezzonico, Capesaro. Three most important palaces in Venice. They put this chair. So this is interesting because the paper chair with water, no? So this contrasted. Yeah, but this is very, very Western way. Let's speak about Japan. Here, yeah, this photo, you can see Villa Katsura, one of the most beautiful palace in Japan of the emperor in Kyoto, and yeah, so you can see our architecture in the history. We have wood and paper. So the contrary of the stone, no? The very light and very temporary, let's say. So, yeah, here is a video. No. Yeah, we put this name Katsura, for the Villa Katsura. Yeah, this is a very simple furniture for the bathroom. Thanks for the Sezgin. We could work for this new brand of Turkey. this is very very simple minimum. So in Japan, okay, like this, like I showed before, the photo of the photograph of the round window, no, with a paper curtain, let's say, shoji, and this is a quite image of the Japanese minimalism. Yeah, also this is Italian company Guzzini, and they make this balls, kitchen balls, in 3-color injection molding. This was first in the world. White 3 colors. This is just 1 color. But behind we have black, and inside we have a white. So that for this 3-color makes this 3-color good separated. Even the red is a transparency color. And yeah, also this is a very image of Japan, no? They're like lacquer wares, natural lacquer wares from Japan, no? And this is another finger in our book, unconscious poliedro. I say, let's say, in Japanese culture, not only minimalism or simplicity, but also very, very difficult shape and complicated shape. You cannot remember. You can remember almost like that, but you cannot exactly like this. Remember, like this nature, no? You see from under the tree the leaves, many leaves. You cannot understand how many leaves there is and there are, and which angle they are looking or something. No, this is very complicated shape. But in the nature, we found many of these, and this right one photo is like you know, we use this separation from outside inside, very light, no. You can see that the Sezgin comes through there. I can understand he's Sezgin, maybe, because the face is like that, but from the feet, no, not him, or I don't know. Anyway, this type of the very, very light diaphragm is a Japanese culture, no? Something like this. This is our armchair in Italy. We produce from Samuel Moroni. This is looks like you can to design this type of chair. No, it's
almost origami.
Yeah, very difficult, because we don't have axis. So no meaning you put the center line and this is asymmetric shape, So from the far you can see this is like what is that? The object or chairs? Yeah, you cannot understand. So from the different angle you see always different. This is important. So always you feel fresh to have this chair. If I have like a parallelepiped shape, I'm looking at that table. Not I'm talking about table, but that object is a parallelepiped. So I am not looking behind of the behind angle, no. But I can image that is straight. This is something like you don't have some surprise, but this type of shape always you can have something fresh for your mind. So. This is one of the concepts. Yeah, this is nothing to see for this concept. This is our new bed. Just we won the IF Design Award in this year. This is Italian company. The concept is very light, but at the same time, Italian way of the wooden work, so very rich and very important. Furnitures. This how to say cassette. I don't know. Yeah, this was concept of the magewappa in Japan. Our bento box. I don't know if bento you know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, food box, no. So we have a food box like 1, 2, 3. You can put one over another, so that you can combine this. Yeah, this is completely Japanese motif, but very Italian method to make. Yeah, this is also new chairs, and this is old work for the Padua. This is like origami, no? This another concept, leaf solid. We could call origami, but okay, origami is too easy to understand also for children. So I prefer to put a leaf solid. And this is just bending the aluminium sheet and making this screen. No, this concept is this table. It looks a very solid table, but this is just a sheet of the metal and curtain steel finishing. This is like origami concept, no? So after working with Mangiarotti and Mendini, Mangiarotti, they say, especially Mangiarotti said, you are good to make models in paper, no? So I was trying many things by paper, his study model, no? So I found, okay, so this is very...
He was saying it because you're Japanese?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is... So I said, this type of shape, two-dimensional material to make a three-dimensional objects, no? This is a very Japanese identity. So I use this one. We make also architecture in Japan, Nagasaki and Tokyo and Mount Fuji. We make this tree architecture, and we use this curtain steel. So we tried to make this table, and this is now a permanent collection in München in Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, and we are trying to make the inclusive design. You know what is inclusive design? If normally, let's say the handicapped people, no? We work together with them, and we take some different point of view. We are not helping for handicapped people. Of course we can help, but our purpose is not only to help the handicapped people, but handicapped people can give us a new sense of the new vision of the new concept of the design. No, so we are making this is a self lift. The existing stairs, you cannot break the stairs because historical building, no? So this is also curtain steel. We won the IAU, the International Design Award in this year. This is Shinobu's work. This is a very Japanese Italian concept. This is San Pietro, one of the most important steel craft maker. He is very important artisan, and he makes this this Japanese concept very see-through. No, this is sofa. Let's go fast. This is we won the menzione d'onore of the Golden Compass, ADI Golden Compass d'Oro. This is a street furniture with light cement, so that we mix with glass fiber and cement, so we could make a very thin cement, so the light cement we call. And this is Tiffany this is my first work. For this is very origami concept. This is like solid object, but all making by two-dimensional material of silver. No? Yeah, and at the same time, we are trying to make something digital fabrication, digital fabrication. So we make this design by digital, and we send to the producer, and they send us back for this case stainless steel cutting by laser, and coming back, we make a very minimum work to bend, and become like artisan object. No? Yeah, this is a new age design we are trying. Yeah, I go fast. Yeah, this is a glass. One of the first in the world, the bookshelf with all glass. So this is just bending glass, make a structure, and make this bookshelf. No, this we won modern furniture and lighting award in the United States. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. And here we talk about Japanese spiritual value, the relationship, and that like this Japanese architecture making with beam. So the pillar and the beams, so that all diaphragms, the separation is easily to take off. No, so in this tatami, this floor is making by tatami. No, this floor of tatami, you can make if you bring the low table like this. Become a dining room, and if you bring futon, our bed, futon, become a bedroom. So our architecture is very different from European, Western. Is very flexible. So like a fish is making a party. With some foods, no? Yeah. So if you put food here, we come like a fish, no? In this room to make a dining party. So this is the concept. This kitchen is a stainless steel kitchen making by Japanese Toyo Kitchen. Is like you can combine a different way. And you put this in the room, so you are like a fish. You come to make a party here, no? So this is a concept. The object itself is important, but at the same time, more important is our relationship. So the something like like this sofa, no? This is our first sofa with Edra, Italian, is. We say this sofa is two pieces in one set of sofa. So if you fight with your wife, you should separate, like this, like that. Yeah. So that you can put your feeling, your relationship directly for the furniture. This was our concept of very important Japanese this spiritual value. Yeah, this is a nice combination. This is a Villa Mista in Verona, designed by Alessandro Mendini. He put our sofa here, and this is very Western style, no? And we put at the same time. Not at the same time. Recently, in Kongo Buji, Koyasan, most Japanese style place, no? Yeah, yeah, just try to make this. Yeah, and this is also thanks to Sezgin. We work for the Bitra of Turkish important company, you know, Time and Motion. This is a bathroom with tea time and relax inside, and this bathroom can move. So you can change your view, you know, if you have a nice view in front of you, or yeah, you can move. So nice, this type of concept is, yeah, this is also important. Of the time can change your feeling, and yeah, this is very Japanese style. And this is the Toyota Group, Toyota Mission. We make, yeah, this is also the yeah. Also, we make something like, this is not robotics, but something that the first point of the robotics, furniture robots, no? This is a smart mobility with a sensor and auto braking system, and yeah, the making by Toyota Group. And yeah, this video is only one girl, but in reality there was another guy. He was yeah, he was eating the chewing gum, so the client cut that scene. Anyway, yeah, this is yeah, something we are searching the. This is for the aging society, you know, like Italy, like Japan. We have many. My father is 90 years old. He's still good, but I'm very far. So if my father is sitting there and I'm not sitting here, but we can connect by internet, and we can see, control, and we drink wine together. No, this is like making a relation of the family, friends with this furniture. No, writing. Yeah, Lavazza is an important Italian company, coffee. And this shampoo and conditioner packaging, this we won the IF Design Award. This is yeah, something like normally the package of shampoo and conditioner is the same shape, but we make it different because when we wash our hair, we are blind, you know, so we don't understand. Yeah, this is Italian Giorgetti, very how to say, very much respected nature, like Japanese concept. Japan and Italy, we have both. We have a good artisan. No, yeah, we make many artisan working with artisan the object of the handcrafting. No, yeah. And this is the last image. This one is our recent object. This makes this part is nature. You know, we don't make the shape. This is natural shape, no? Sure. So natural shape and our handcraft, our human craft combine together, no? So the natural beauty and we add something to nature and to make an object. This is our approach of the nature-centered design. Yeah, I conclude this. Tea, sugar, dream. No.
Okay. No, thank you.
Sorry.
It's no. Setsu, thank you very much. I think you guys, you managed to, let's say, working with Italian companies, but still your products are under, let's say, in some way details with Japanese tradition. Yeah. And you make it work that it's okay for Italian companies and for, let's say, international or Italian customers. Yeah. It's actually very, very important, and it's not that easy, actually. So yeah, it's good. But I see as well, when you design for a Japanese company, then it's really, in some way, a totally Japanese tradition. It's actually, so you're separating, you're like cutting Europe from from your design for Japanese brands.
Yeah, in reality, not so true that we separate for. Yeah, actually, we fuse inside ourselves these two cultures, no. So that we make something like. Yeah, of course. If Japanese company asks to us to put this product's name in Italian, we put the Italian name. So, you know, the design itself, we try to fuse these two cultures for the both approach.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry.
Well, let's go over to Michele. Michele, well, you have a huge office in Milan. Almost 100 collaborators, so architects and designers from actually, I don't know, from how many countries. So it's a mix of
we have,
people coming from all over the world.
Different people. It's a multicultural and multidisciplinary team. So we try to work on different things. I call, architecture versus design, because the story that I will tell you is really about how culture, Milanese culture, more than Italian, really from Milan, shape our work and our way of thinking of architecture and design.
No, I just want to ask as well, when we go to Milan, so we get really influenced by the Italian, let's say, taste and Italian design, handicraft, everything else. So you have a lot of people from all over the world. So the question is, these people are influencing your work, or?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's very important that we give a lot of credits to our heritage, but at the same time we don't want to be stuck in that heritage. So it's very important to have different point of views, and
I think it's
of course,
some kind of a richness.
As a matter of fact, I worked a couple of years in London, but my partner Filippo worked for 5 years in Paris. So the idea of mixing our heritage with an international look has always been part of our philosophy. So. Should I start?
Yes.
So, as I said, our firm was founded by me and my partner Filippo Pagliani in year 2000, and since the beginning we have this idea of creating a multidisciplinary team that, in order to work on a different scale of a project, from urban design to architecture to interior design to product design. So, we usually talk about our way of working using 3 keywords. The first one is listening, because we think that we give a lot of time, a lot of effort during the preliminary phase of projects to understand all the data, all the elements that we need to take under consideration during the project. And I think we are very good in that part, because if you are used to change a lot of subject of project, if you need to face different kind of clients, you need to be a very good listener. So you need to understand all the elements, and understanding the brand, if you're working with a brand, or the client, or the city, or the environment, or the society that you're working with. So I think that part is really, really crucial for us. The second word is intuition, because of course, you know, data analysis doesn't necessarily mean that you have an exciting project. So the way you translate that data and that brief and that elements that are around your project is that part that give us our way of you know, translate that into a project. So we call it intuition, but it's not really intuition. We didn't find a perfect word for that phase, but it's, let's say, it's something that has to do with our translation of that preliminary study. And the third word is experimentation. We've always been very keen on working on new materials, or also traditional material, but used in a different way. And of course, the element of searching is always been part of our, you know, listening means also research.
Being curious.
And yeah, being curious and understanding, you know, if you never did a student house, like now we are doing 3 of them, but until 4 years ago we didn't have one. We didn't do one. So you need to study a lot, you need to understand, you need to do a lot of experimentation about that. And so a few years ago we also, like 6 or 7 years ago, we decided to detach our experimental part of a company into a proper department that is called Park Plus. Because, you know, funny enough, the client comes to you to get a very new project, but then they give you 3 weeks to develop, which doesn't make any sense. So we decided to detach the experimental part from the project timing. And of course, when we are ready with what we are searching for, then we implement the projects. So I wanted to talk about, you know, this pensiero orizzontale is the horizontal fault, yeah, because in some way, you know, whenever I talk to a foreign audience, it's very difficult for them to understand that an architect can do design or can do a master plan and an object.
Like in Germany, it's like impossible.
But as a matter of fact, a lot of the old masters of Italian design are great architects as well. Everybody trained as an architect and then, you know, apply also on design, on furniture design. So Achille Castiglioni is one of them, Marco Zanussi is another one, and Vico Magistretti is another one, but, you know, Ettore Sozza, we were just talking, Gio Ponti, all of them were architects, and of course they were able to work on different scale of projects. And it's something that was always inspiring for us, you know, to keep that kind of mentality and to keep that kind of attitude. But of course, the time is different. You know, Magistretti, when designed this lamp, of course, he did a sketch, and he went to Artemide and developed the project with the company. When he designed that tower, he didn't have so many people to work with him. You know, he just did that project with 2 or 3 people. Now the complexity of the whole process, especially in architecture, is so much bigger. So you cannot really apply the same way of working that it was in the 60s or in the 70s. So of course, now we need a bigger team. We need a lot of people. We need, you know, dialogue, and we need a way of approaching projects in a different way with a lot of, you know, different competence and different people. So what we try to do is really to take that kind of attitude that it was based on one singular great architect into a collective attitude, in a collective approach. So what I'm going to show you now is just a few projects that are, you know, selected by size. So we started with an extra small, which is a lamp we just presented for Delta Light, and it's called Nebbia. I think we have a small video here. So there's no music, so I can talk. And Nebbia means fog in Italian, And we wanted to create a apparently very simple lamp, because it's got a very simple squarish and circular lamp. But at the same time, we want to create a kind of blurring element. So if you look at the lamp more precisely, it's a lamp that has a lot of deepness, a lot of movement inside of a lamp. So this is some of the, we don't want to see this, but. So the lamp is this, it's coming with two sizes, but as I say, I mean, the idea of the fog was the initial idea, and the idea is really coming also from inspiration of, let's say, probably here you see better. There is an idea of a light of a car from the 50s and the 60s, so we have this idea, and a car coming in the fog in the 60s. Yeah. As many times, design projects coming from interior design projects, or needs that raised during the project of an architecture or for interior design. And again, this one started with a project. We talked with Delta Light, who is a Belgian company, lighting company, great company. And we developed this lamp, which again you see probably here, had a very thick glass and a very way of seeing a circle when you're in front, but you don't see the circle when you are on the side. It's just a different shape. So small is just one of the last projects we did on retail. We worked for Canali, for their brand concept for retail all around the world. And we just finished this one in Milan, after did the first one in New York. And this is a funny project because the shop is very big, but it's got a very small ground floor, you see here. And so we needed to have something, some element that can create an expectation and something that you want to go into the shop, even if you see that it's not so big and you have to take a staircase to go down. So we work on this ceiling. Let me see, it's here. Oh, it's a big ceiling that creates this idea. And if you know some of the architecture from the Milan of the 30s, this is very much, this shape is very much coming from some of the master of that period. So we wanted to create something, this idea of always relate to the past, but bring it back to our modernity and our contemporary. So here we did a lot of this kind of projects. It's, fashion, a lot of good materials, a lot of details that we are happy to do because, you have the possibility to develop a lot of details. And some of these projects are really the base for furniture design, because a lot of elements that, compose this shop, at the end of the day, are pieces of furniture. This is a Mangiarotti table, by the way. We decided to have this big table because, we wanted to have something, important and that doesn't show merchandise, but just a big table in the.
But the ceiling with the inclination,
there is an inclination.
Seems to be much bigger, right?
Yeah, it's because of that, and also because we needed to have a lot of space for mechanical implants, so everything is inside, so we can walk inside of that. Yes,
a great solution, fantastic. So
here you see some of the part of the shop and the detailing. For example, here we work with a green marble that is partially brush and partially sculpture with water, so it's very rustic and very matte.
Beautiful.
As a medium size, I wanted to show you a project that for us was very important. It was the Campari headquarters during the 50s and the 60s. And this is very interesting because a lot of the project we did in the last 10 years is about working on existing building. You know, we are very keen on environment issues, and we always say that, you know, the most sustainable building is the one that is already there. So if you are able to work on an existing building, you already have a very, you know, virtuous path. So whenever it's possible, we try to show our client the potential of an existing building. This is a building from the late 50s, and it was not very appealing because, you know, it was meant to be in a completely different mentality from what we have now in terms of isolation. So the whole steel structure is facing inside and outside. So in some way, it was a kind of surprise to find out during the process of the project that in that moment, architects didn't have a clue about a thermal bridge. So they just keep a steel structure from outside and inside to, you know, that brings cold during the wintertime and hot during the summertime. So what we did is really to understand how to keep the, you know, the feeling of the original building. We try to think about our project as the original, as something that we designed together with the original architects, understanding how they thought about this building and how we can translate this building to contemporary times. And we used to have a courtyard. We create this beautiful garden that is really one of the main issues of the building right now. You see how it's really beautiful, and the office that face the courtyard are now the ones that are more, you know, precious. So nobody wants to face the street. Everybody wants to face the courtyard, which before it was the other way around. As a large project, again, I will tell you a little bit about this project we did for Luxottica, which is a project of how to reuse a building, an industrial building, in this case, changing the function. So it was an industrial building. It was a beautiful industrial building because in some way it had this beautiful structure. But at the same time, it was you know, meant to change completely their life. So to become a big showroom and a big office for Luxottica, which is one of the main glasses company in the world. So here you see some of the images during work on site. What we did was really to create a transparent facade facing the street. It looks very simple as a facade, but it is actually very complicated because this piece of glass are 9 meters tall and 3.5 width. So it's a very big piece of glass.
9 meters?
Yeah.
9. Oh, okay.
So the idea was really to have, you know, the most transparent possible way to see the whole.
It's not one piece, right?
One
Is
piece.
it one piece of 9 meters?
Yes. It's coming from Germany, actually. There are just two places. One is Japan and one is Germany, where we can do this piece of glass.
One piece.
And, you know, this also shows how you can actually change the way we see project. We can actually see a building and understanding that it can be, again, used in with a different function and become something very contemporary, even if it was born for another function and it was built you know, 70 years ago. The great thing about this project is also that we keep the structure, but inside we were able to use this as a big platform. So you can really move function and staircase and volume inside of this, creating gardens and halls in some of the points. As an extra large, I'm going to show you a project that we are just developing right now, and is a big tower in Milan for the municipality. And we won an international competition for this. It's an office building. And the great thing about this is that it's really the most important project that we are able to work on landscape and urban design as well as the building, because we created a landscape department 5 years ago, but until now we were able to work just on small projects, and now this is, you know, a big project where we have a big tower, but also all the design of the piazza and the garden underneath the square, so this one. This is a municipal office building with a big conference center. And, you know, the idea of this garden is everywhere in the building. You know, it's not just the garden at ground floor, but also all the terraces and all the elements on top of the building. And one thing that I wanted to show, let's see if I can find it. No, probably not here. You see that the tower is going with this triangular point, this one.
Yeah.
And these are all terraces, so that part is like a big glass house. Yeah. So it's covered by the wind, but at the same time it's not cooled. It's just a place where you can actually go out, and even if you are very tall, you can not have too much wind. And it's also create a very good way of ventilation inside of a building, because that's the south point of the building. These are some of the renderings. And you see how, you know, working together with landscape and working together with the landscape department, we were able to create a building that is really in continuity between the piazza and the garden and the terraces and the inside of the building. This is part of a big glass house that I was telling you before. Beautiful. And this is about it.
All right. Thank you so much, Michele. I think it's actually very interesting from small to XL. You didn't show a lot more projects because they have much more projects actually, and already finished projects. Maybe you can check their website as well to see what they're doing. So it's very, very interesting actually. So yeah, thank you much. Thank you very much again. Thank you, Setsu and Shinobu.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have questions. Only one? No, I'm kidding. Yes, sorry.
Hi, I'm a third-year student enrolled in Yeditepe University studying interior architecture. We are actually here as a group with our teacher here. So I have a question for Michele. Michele. Sorry for the...
Michael.
No, not Michael. Come on. It's
okay,
Michele.
sorry for the pronunciation. So I want to ask about your design called the Priceless. I guess it's a pop-up design. And I'm wondering if you like making pop-up designs. Because like you spend a lot of work in that structure, and it only stays there for a short amount of time. And another thing is, in terms of the language of architecture, style of architecture, you created something different from the building itself. Did you get what I'm saying? Okay.
You mean the traveling restaurants?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, Priceless. Oh.
Yes. So I would like to learn more about your approach to this design.
Yeah, I think it's true that it takes a lot of time. I mean, we did 2 projects like that because, funny enough, I think we are most experienced traveling restaurants in the world because we did 2 of them. We did the first one for Electrolux. It was called the Cube, and then we did the Priceless for MasterCard. And both of them were very great experience because in some way it keeps everything together. It keeps the idea of architecture, the interior and design is all there. You know, it's a small object, but you need a very, let's say, engineeristic way of approaching that, because you always have a problem of bringing that restaurant on the roof. So I think it was always exciting, but it's true that you do a lot of effort and then you stay, you know, the Cube was in Stockholm, Brussels, Milan, and London, and it was always for 6 months. So it's always a brief adventure. But for that very reason, we decided to always have a very, let's say, detached way of approaching the project, not try to look like the building, because it's always something different, but more looking like we put a diamond, an object on the roof, you know. So every time the project, even if there are 2 different projects, one is all white project, the other one is a gold and black project, we always try to have this idea of having something that is like a fly that stays, or a bird that stays on the roof and then goes away after 6 months. I think that was part of our concept for both of them.
Can I add something? Because now he actually tells it because he designed it, but from another point of view, I was using it. So actually, it was a great experience, because especially the last one, Priceless. So it was actually on the roof of the Duomo di Milano. And so you go upstairs, and on the roof there's something which is actually, it doesn't belong there. It's really coming from space or from somewhere else, and it doesn't have nothing in common with the building itself. So it's fantastic, and it was really a great experience. Yeah. And what he was saying, that something landed and after a while just left. It's beautiful. It was really nice.
It was an interesting experience because every single time the city exploded in discussion and you know, and polemics, and but it was interesting for that, because I think European cities are not used to have something that change the, you know, the postcard or what we have in mind, and I think. It was a nice experience to change that, you know, postcard look like of a city for a short period.
Okay. Somebody else? Any question? If not, all right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this is it. Efendim? Okay, tamam.